Hello, Internet. It is Adam Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we are going to be talking about Reminiscence. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros: our cast, or more specifically, our leading man, Mr. Hugh Jackman. I'm pretty sure I don't need to explain who he is, but to the five people out there who don't know who he is, I'll explain it anyway. Yeah, Hugh Jackman, he's known for playing a certain character in a certain franchise, and he portrayed that character for nearly 2 decades. And that character is known for having an adamantium skeleton, being pretty much invincible, and having claws pop out of his hands. That's all I'm going to say about that. But besides those movies, he's done other work, okay? Some people just don't seem to realize that. He's done other things besides playing that certain character. Let's see. He's done Greatest Showman. I know a whole lot of people watched that movie. It was a kind of a shocking success. He's done that. He's done Prisoners. He's done Les Mis, Real Steel. See Australia. He did Happy Feet. What? did did not know that. Prestige. Van Helsing. Yeah, some of these movies. Well, his track record when he's not playing the certain character, isn't the greatest. He is I guess when he's in like the right role, he can thrive. But trust me, we will get to his other, the bombs he's had when he's not playing this certain character. But he is able to open a movie without being the certain character. So I would consider that a pro. He's a plus he's widely recognizable, obviously. So I would consider that, yeah, definitely a pro. Another pro. This movie has no direct competition at all, really. I mean, it's kind of a unique movie in the marketplace. It's an adult sci-fi flick, and we won't see another one of those until what? I don't even know. I honestly don't know. I mean, there's Dune. That's like late October. Yeah, Dune. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. See, that's a long while from now. So yeah, when it comes to direct competition, this movie has none. So I consider that a pro right there. Doesn't have to worry about any movie, cutting off its legs or like cutting its box office short or sabotaging its box office. So yeah, that I consider that a pro. What other pros? I'm struggling. uh, ooh, well, I got nothing. I've ran out. Well, oh yeah, the theater count is quite big. It's like a 3,500, easily the best out of all the movies coming out this weekend, even more than Paw Patrol. So that might help it a bit. It's in more screens than all the other movies. So that's something, I guess. That's it. That's all the pros I got. Okay. Cons, reviews, they're bad. Last I checked, it's at 42%, which for original sci fi is terrible. And from what I've heard, the general consensus is, I've seen better. When that's the best thing people can say about a movie, I hate to use bad language, but you're fucked. Simple as that. When people say, "Oh, I've seen better," you're screwed. It's over. It's over before it even begins. So yeah, con right there. Bad reviews, especially when it comes to like sci-fi. Like, you know, I guess this is another con is that sci-fi as a whole genre can be very tricky. Sometimes you can be a Star Wars, you can be a Guardians of the Galaxy. But other times you can be a Jupiter Ascending or a Valerian and the Thousand Planets. I highly doubt anyone remembers that. It can go, either, again, you can either be a Star Wars or you can be a Jupiter Ascending, and I feel like this is going towards Jupiter Ascending territory, especially with its box office. So, yeah, sci-fi as a whole can be very a tricky genre, and having bad reviews will not help you at all. So, yeah, that's another con. The sci-fi genre in general is tricky. Another con, this is an HBO Max movie. This is a part of the experiment. And so far, the experiment has been a low key disaster. Now that we have plenty of movies, to judge the whole experiment on. Out of all the movies that have been a part of this experiment, only one, actually, no, two have done reasonably well. Those movies are Godzilla vs. Kong and Conjuring 3. Every other HBO Max movie, bomb. All of them. Wonder Woman 1984, Little Things, Judas and the Black Messiah. Well, Tom and Jerry didn't do too bad, so I can't quite consider that a bomb. And Mortal Kombat didn't do that bad either, so they're off the hook. But yeah, Those Who Wish Me Dead, In the Heights, Space Jam 2, The Suicide Squad, all failed miserably. Did terrible. So what chance does this movie have? Hell, this movie has less appeal than some of the movies I already mentioned, because it leans more towards it's a more of an adult movie in comparison to, say, like a Space Jam or even In the Heights a bit. So yeah, 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 and obviously the HBO Max availability is gonna really hurt its box office, because, like, why watch this? Why pay to watch this movie on the big screen when you can just have HBO Max and just watch it at home for free? I mean, sure, you still got to pay for HBO Max, but you don't have to pay anything extra to see Reminiscence. So why bother? And this definitely feels like a movie that people are gonna choose, watching it at home rather than watching it in the cinema, because it just doesn't feel like a theatrical experience. So yeah, that's easy con. The HBO Max experiment, big old con right there. Yeah, another con is that the pandemic, like the box office recently, it's been very topsy turvy. It's been very unstable. It's been quite the chaotic shit show for like the past few weeks. So yeah, this movie might suffer because of that, and I don't think the box office is gonna get. It might not get stable again until, like, what, October, maybe. So yeah, it's a con right there. Unstable box office, unstable market. Uh, trying to think of anything else I can say. I really don't have anything else to say. So yeah, opening weekend. Part of me feels it could make 10 million like Paw Patrol. It could, but I don't think it will. So I'm gonna go with like 9 to 10 million. That's as high as I'm willing to go. Like, that's like half as much as Jupiter Ascending, and that movie was a complete train wreck. Granted, this movie is far less expensive than uh Jupiter Ascending was, but it's still gonna be costly. Costs like $68 million, so that's not exactly cheap. And when a movie like that's only making like 10, opening to 10 million, it has no hope at all, except maybe the overseas box office. But as we've seen the past few months, it's been just awful. It's been a train wreck over there too, even more than the States. So this movie's kind of screwed no matter what. So I think it's gonna open between like 9 to 10 million and probably end at around 20 to 25 million, judging how these HBO Max movies have done, because these HBO Max movies, they do not have legs at all. They fall off a cliff. I mean, Suicide Squad fell off by like 71%. Like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, I have no faith in this movie. I don't think it's gonna do well at all. So yeah, that's Reminiscence, and that's the end of the weekend. Thank God. Like, I haven't done 4 movies since May, and it's just exhausting doing all of them back to back to back to back. Thankfully, next weekend I only have to deal with one movie, and that one movie is Candyman. And then that's the end of August. Yeah, it's been a underwhelming month to say the least. So yeah, anywho, that is it. That is all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got playlists on the homepage with all previous prediction videos I made this year, all the HBO Max movies I have covered. So if you want to watch any of those, you can go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. Funny enough, I covered Reminiscence like multiple times on that series because I kept kind of like flip flopping between August, in August. It's supposed to be like, actually, it was supposed to be September. Then it went to August like 27th. Then it went up to like the 20th, which is where it's coming out now. So yeah, if you want to watch any of those episodes or any other episodes, there's now 74 available. You can go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. The August recap will come out 2.5 weeks from now, roughly. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.